Well, my audio should be on, and thanks for joining us. I'm going to give it a couple seconds or so till everybody goes through the ads and can jump in here. As you can see, I'm sitting at home at Pineapple HQ. We're dialing in some stuff. We've been working on the house and doing that kind of thing. Give me a couple seconds to get through some ads here. Shut that off. See if anybody's going to join us today. It is, I don't know, what is it, 4:30 p.m. on Monday, Hawaii Standard Time. A lot happening this week. Just wanted to kind of give a little 411 on what's going on. First of all, I got to say I saw the news the last couple days, and Florida just issued a 300,000 plus evacuation for the hurricane that's coming in, and we have friends, family that live down there. Hope everybody can pull out, get safe, get somewhere where get out of the way of that storm. I don't know if it's crossed Cuba. It's at like 8 o'clock or so. I think looks like my camera's going crazy. Hey, can I get a camera adjuster in here? Can you pull back on the camera? She just went fuzzy blurry on me. Minor technical difficulty. I don't know. Hang with me. Just gonna dial in the camera here. See what's going on. Let me take a look here. I can't see it. I shut it off. Mrs. P's in the background working the gear. Put your thumb on the lens, Dane says. Yeah. Hang in there. We're gonna get this back in order. We are still under construction in this part of the house, which is also doubles as our studio. And without the lighting, without the screens, without the shade, without the cameras permanently set up and all functioning right, something's always going to be wonky until we can get permanent again. Well, while we're waiting for the camera to come back on, I'm going to talk about what's going on this week. It is event week for Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. It's the 1-year anniversary of the current eruption. As we know, she started up September 21st, September 29th, 2021. As many times as I've said that, it's funny, I still bumble it up. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of this current eruption. She just keeps on clicking. We've had some ups and had some downs, but she keeps filling. Last week was an interesting moment while we were up there doing the shoot with Hawaii Pod with Dane and Phil. We had that big event kind of happen, and the whole caldera. No, you're off. Okay. Yeah, I just powered her off last time and powered her back on. She worked for. Yeah, power off, power back on. So while we were up there last week, we had that event happen, and come to find out in the morning, well, the whole thing had dropped. The whole inside of the bowl had dropped, and Dane and Phil broke it down on Thursday during their show. I think it was like 30 plus feet or so. Don't quote me on that. You guys know Anna and I are not the scientists or the geologists or the volcanologists. We're the point and shoot crew. All right, let's see if my cam's back up. Hey, there you go. All right. No, you're good. You're right there. Just pan out just a little bit because I can see my fat face. All right. There we go. Yep, perfect. Oh, good reminder. Dawn, please take a second, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, share us out, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an event coming up, because something like this was kind of spontaneous. I've been putting some stuff together, which we're going to show you here in a few minutes. that I've been working on. Something different. Everybody likes to come on and show all of the pictures and video that USGS puts up and reads verbatim the summary of what's happened for the update for the day, which we all know we get minor updates every day, but more than likely it's every month when they do the big measurements. So I've been working on something that might be a little bit different. Is that music in the background a little loud for you guys? Because it's blasting my headset. I had to put my headphones on because of my confined space. My microphone just wants to pick up every sound from that computer, and that was annoying to me. So let me know if that music's too loud. I can fuzz her down a bit. So what I've been working on is something a little bit different. That how's that? Can you hear me now? Great, babe. All right, let's try that again. So I was rambling on for, 5 minutes? And nobody heard a thing? Let's try that. Okay. Anna just told me. Now you can hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Whoops, where's my hands? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Should be good. Should be good. There we go. Okay. Okay, let me back up to where I was at. So we didn't go up and film on Sunday, which is our normal day to film on Sunday. You guys know that. We usually try to do 2 to 3 times a week. 2 is pretty much normal. 3rd is that something's been going on. And so Sunday we didn't go up and film, partly because the lighting wasn't that great up there. When I say lighting, the lighting inside the caldera isn't that bright. So to really capture some stuff really wasn't what we wanted to put out there for everybody. And so we also knew that we were going up on Tuesday and Thursday. So we're collabing again with Hawaii Pod, Hawaii Tracker with Dane and Phil. So we did last week when we put up the After Dark in the Park. I think that's right. And this week is the big USGS meeting. And Tuesday is the USGS meeting. I've never been to one. I've watched one, and I'm pretty curious. This should be a fun event to listen to, actually get some actual ground guys that can give us some information of what's been happening, not just hopefully for the last year, because we've watched it, but for what's been happening just in the last month or two. That's really what I'm the most interested in. Forecasting, prognosticating, speculating. I leave that to you guys. Now, Anna and I both have our own speculations and what we think's happening and what we think's going to happen, but like I say all the time, we're not volcanologists, we're not the geologists or the scientists, to say the least. We are the point and shoot crew. We have the gear to go up and show you, and leave that all up to you guys. Feel free to post what you want. Go on Discord, and if you have a speculation, go ahead. It's fine with me. But don't try to get that from us, because I'm not going to give you any real, it's going to blow, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. It's just not me. I'm not going to do it, because Nobody really knows. If anybody knew, they'd already have the path clear. So, what else we got? It says, I appreciate the morning sleep, and me too sometimes. Actually, this morning, off subject, was the first morning we felt that crisp winter air. If you can say we have winter in Hawaii, it's coming for us. This is kind of our early fall, Christmas is coming kind of feeling. Is interesting. So, back to where I was at. So that's Tuesday is USGS. On Thursday is the 1-year anniversary of the park, of the eruption, the current eruption that started on September 29th, 2021. And another event I've never watched before, but we will be streaming that live. We'll be doing that again with Dane and Phil with HawaiiPod and HawaiiTracker.com. Definitely check that out. It should be pretty cool. I know the USGS one's back in the auditorium, but the Thursday show presentation that they're doing is, I think, up at just below Jagger Museum. I think. I could be wrong. But we know we will be outdoors, which is also interesting because right there on that side of that hill is where we get all the wind. Where the weather's coming, that's where she's coming to. Should make for a fun evening. So that's Thursday. I don't think we will stream live up there in the mornings this week unless something happens. We'll see. So I'm not sure if I was muted out and you heard what I was talking about. I've been trying to put together something a little bit different than just the normal put together the USGS clips, which everybody does, and then they read verbatim of what's going on. I know we're spoiled. We're very fortunate to live here. We can get up there, we can get live footage, and then read verbatim of what's going on, or get a professional analysis of something from somebody local here. Little different. But I've been really trying to just scour my brain to find out what we could do a little bit different. I'm going to turn that music down. That is right in my ears, and it's driving me nuts. There we go. So with that, let me jump over here. I'm just running our normal 24/7 live, so you guys can just something in the background. I wasn't trying to put on a big show today. I just wanted to do an update of what's been going on here around. I said when I started off, we're really concerned about our friends and family that are in Florida and that live on the East Coast. We have a lot of family up the East Coast. It's a big hurricane coming. It's going to be a tester. I lived in Florida for a year and witnessed a lot of those. It's no fun when it smacks you in the face. So praying for those guys. So let me move on to where I'm headed for kind of a new show plan. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it once a week or every couple days. And maybe you'll understand once I get going. It's kind of a day in history. And I want to kind of put out there what's really been going on with Kilauea, not today or yesterday or last month, but in the history of Kilauea as far back as what I'm trying to track down. And everybody always says, and we get this all the time, is it erupting? Is it erupting? Where are you going to go? Are you prepared? You're not doing enough. People have been living on this island for a very, very, very long time. And even though we haven't been here for thousands of years personally, or hundreds of years, or 50 years, we are prepared. The majority of the people here really are prepared and attentive to the situation. And sometimes we get messages or we see chat, what are you guys doing? Are you ready? Is everything okay? We have bug out style bags, and we have food preps. We have a huge water source here. The island community is very aware of what's going on pretty much all the time, and when something happens, everybody rallies to help each other. We have the food, we have the water, we have the means to move. That lava's not going to come so fast that we can't get out of the way. Now, when Philip and I and Anna were up on the mountain, up on the summit doing the live stream last week, I was overhearing, as I was running the cameras, I overheard Phil talking to somebody there. and it kind of, sparked in my mind about, how prepared are we, and where are we going to go, and what are we going to do? And as I was reflecting on that, I was thinking, well, we have 3 months, 6 months of dehydrated, packed food that we can move or give to somebody if they don't. And we have a greenhouse that this summer we pretty much raised a year's worth of tomatoes and peppers and other things to keep us alive that we can use or we can give to somebody. And we're not special. We're not the only ones. This is kind of a way of life in Hawaii. We're very fortunate that the majority of the people here really try to live a self-sustaining lifestyle because we know things happen. I saw Scott had a live stream last week, maybe Saturday, where the barge came in. Now, that barge is our lifeline. That's what brings over our goods. It used to run twice a week. I don't know if it's only once a week or it picked back up. I know our shelves are bare. Not only are things expensive right now, but it's still bare. It was worse during the whole pandemic where we weren't getting barges on a regular basis. We're cutting rolls of toilet paper in half to stay alive. But we do things here to kind of keep it together. So not to ramble on, I'm going to go on to what I'm talking about since I brought up boats. So what I have here is some articles from one is from 1903 and the other is from 1908. And these were typical advertisements within the newspaper here every week or every day. They were putting these up there. And it's pretty interesting. It says, for the volcano, nature's greatest wonder, the popular and scenic route, will their steamship company A1 steamer Kinau via Hilo. So that the boats would go from Honolulu to here as a tour boat and land in Hilo to go view the volcano that was erupting at that time. It's been erupting a very, very long time. The Kinau leaves Honolulu every 10 days, Tuesdays and Fridays, arriving at Hilo Thursday and Sunday mornings. From Hilo to the volcanoes, 30 miles. Well, that's an interesting trip. So the research that I've been doing is they get off the boat in Hilo and they jumped a train that went to Glenwood. And if you've heard us talking about getting chili rice at Hirano, that's Glenwood right there. Somewhere right around there is the old train station or the ruins of it or where the tracks were. I have no idea. I've talked to a half a dozen people here, old-time people, and nobody's really been able to give me an answer about that train. The last conductor, his name was Roy, he passed away just recently, a couple of years ago. He would have been my source. I'm still trying to track down that story of the Hilo to Glenwood train trip, but it doesn't end there. That's as far as the train went. From that point on, you either got in a carriage or you went by horseback or you walked up to the volcano, which is no easy feat, especially at that time. It's not close. It's a long walk. So I love how they put on here, absent from Honolulu for 7 days. For the round trip, $50. Now, in 1900, $50 is equivalent to $1,500 today. It's a lot of money. Imagine the people that were able to do that trip. They had to be wealthy. This was not just let's just go to Hawaii for the weekend. And it's still kind of like that today. A couple, maybe week or 2 week vacation could cost you $10,000 here in Hawaii. Still expensive today. What I've noticed in a lot of the articles that I've read is that a lot of people that came over weren't just scientists. They just weren't rich people sunning themselves. They were adventurers. And I have some really cool articles I'm going to pull up in the next week or so and show you about the people that went into Halemaumau, into the caldera, their words, their expressions, their feelings of it. And of course, the way they write in 1900 is completely different than the way we write today. But what I really got a sense of just excitement and overwhelming disbelief of where they were and the pain and hardship it was just to hike in and out. It was, I can't imagine. We're hiking in Merrells. We got nice boots. I have Keens. Anna wears Merrells. We have good boots. These guys had leather nothing. So the other article on the right-hand side here is Waterhouse Trust Company Limited. So that ad right there, I left that on there because they must have been huge. There was a warehouse in downtown Hilo, and I think this was the one, but I think it got buried under one of the tsunamis during that time. That ad is everywhere. And don't you see down below, wireless telegraph. So below that is also the Kilauea Volcano World's Greatest Wonders day trip. 4-day trip, $42.50, and a 7-day trip's $51. $1,500. They really wanted to go to pay that type of money. Well, first of all, it's ship from the mainland to Honolulu, then ship from Honolulu to Hilo, and most likely you're having a stop or two on the way. Hilo to a train to a horse or carriage up to Volcano House, which I tracked down the original Volcano House picture from the 1800s, and as it's developed over the years, which is going to be fun to show you all, and how Volcano House and the stables up there really played a big part in Hawaiian history, because the Hawaiian history of cowboys is enormous. It dates further back than probably the American history of cowboys. There's a lot of pride in that here, and Parker Ranch has a lot of shows about it, really talks about it a lot. Their cowboys are great people. We're going to show how the stables and the cowboys and the race horses, well, there was a lot of it up there at the Kilauea stables, and as well as Volcano House. So here's one of the articles I pulled up. I'm not going to go through all of it. It's kind of give you an idea of what I've been researching, and I mean archives of archives. And it says to the volcano and back. Well, cheaper trips to the crater, cheaper, right? $1,500 for them. To the volcano and back for $29.95, including steamboat, railway, each fare, all day at the Volcano House, a full day at the Volcano House is the weekend excursions rate on the Territorial Transportation Committee can now offer to those who wish to make the trip. So Mr. Kennedy, president of the International Island Company, has made a $12 return rate to Hilo. So this article was kind of interesting. I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's huge, but it's a cool article to kind of go through, because it was the price of what this guy put out the sale to try to attract more tourists, and somebody wrote back to the paper and says, you got to be a little bit more clear. What are we doing? We're going by boat, we're going by train, we're going by horseback, and then we're staying at the Volcano House? You got to break it down. So it's a fascinating history that Kilauea has, the island has, based around the eruption of this volcano. I have some old pictures. I have a lot of articles like this that we'll talk about, and I'll read through some of them. I probably have about 30 of them right now set up. I'm going to try to coordinate them with the day that we're in. So we're at 9/26 right now. I know this article right here wasn't. This was in April of 1908. But the majority of them will be within a day or two of when I go live, or I just put up a video talking about this day in history. So with that, kind of where we're at and what we're doing. If you got any questions, let me know. Try not to ramble. Try to give you the 411 of what's going on. Yeah, Paniolo. It's Hawaiian for cowboy. Let's see, anybody ask any questions? If you have any questions, drop it now. I don't plan to go long. We have a lot to do today and tomorrow, getting ready for a week's worth of streams. It's kind of why I'm back on my headset. My mic was funky. I didn't want to mess with it. I just want to get up here live and let you know what's going on. Say hi to y'all. I saw Dane and Strange and Dawn, and Laura, Robinator and Sue, Dudes in, Tiggy, Ed, two Doug's Gmail, Anna Ross, Kalohe, Mike Ramsey. Oh, Mike, you doing all right, buddy? I know you weren't feeling well. I know what'll make you feel good. Go ahead and make sure you hit the like button, thumbs up. Be sure to also hit that big red button. You can subscribe. It is free. Everything to boost the algorithms. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss an upcoming stream. There's going to be a lot more streams that are just going to be a little bit spontaneous. I will try to put them out 30 minutes before I go live. With us still under construction here at the house, a lot going on with the volcano in the next week or two. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you're subscribed. We don't know if people are getting booted. I watch the numbers. YouTube doesn't take subscribers from us. That tells me that you guys watch our videos. You watch all of them. We really appreciate it. Take one more step. Share it out. Take this link. Put it on a friend's phone message. Whatever you got to do. Keep boosting us up. With that, if you guys don't have any questions, I will shut her down. One more shot of Mrs. P's time lapse on here. And Ross says, give Abby my love. Abby's locked up right now. She just got a bath and she's squirrely as all get out. Thank everybody for joining me. Anna's not here. She's just gave the dogs a bath and she was out doing something. You saw her trying to fix the camera for me. Huh? The doggy day spa's still in action, doing nails. Always join us on the 24/7. It's right there. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification for later. If you're just watching us on replay, please leave a comment. It definitely helps with the algorithm. And Ed, right before I go, much mahalo, Lou. Thanks, Ed, for the super chat. We can't do this without this the support from all of you. Everything that we have gear-wise is because of our supporters, our members. We really appreciate it. Everything we get, we keep putting back in the stream. We have something pretty cool that we've been working on too, that not just our camera gear. We needed a little bit of behind-the-scenes tech that we're going to hopefully have done in the next 36 to 48 hours, sometime this week. It's been a long one already. Appreciate that, Ed, and everybody that contributes to Two Pineapples. Even if you just come on and hit that thumbs up, drop a comment, share us out. If you just send a message to a friend, watch these guys, all that really helps us. Our numbers are just gone crazy because of it. So we appreciate everybody. There's Mrs. P. Do you have anything you'd like to say? No. Oh, she's a mess. She. All right. Well, she says aloha. I say aloha and mahalo for everybody joining me. And tomorrow, USGS meeting at Kilauea. We will most likely be going live afterwards. So we have about an hour presentation, and then we'll go live out at the caldera.